Hello and welcome to Dickies DIY Disasters. Hello and welcome to the Tolcab Woody DIY instructional video. Tonight I'm going to show you DIY with a difference. Instead of the usual videos and DIY magazines you see every day, I'm going to show you everything you need to maintain and protect your home. This can include everything from fixing a block sink, electrical work, gardening, first aid, repairing rotting guttering and even self-defense. This is particularly useful while protecting your home from would-be intruders. But first of all, I'm going to start with the car. Most people every day get in their car, switch it on and drive from point A to point B without knowing what's going on underneath the bonnet. So let's have a look. The engine, the most important part in the car. Without this, it won't work. Today we'll talk about changing the cam belt. The cam belt isn't very much to look at, but it's an integral part of the engine. It opens and closes the valves, letting petrol in and the exhaust fumes out. So let's change it. I have some spanners and I will start to work removing the cover to get to the cam belt which is underneath. There, that didn't take too long, and having completed the job, this isn't any good anymore, so let's throw it away. Having completed the job, it's nice to hear the engine run to make sure that it sounds okay, so I just asked my assistant to start the car. All right then. And doesn't that sound nice? But remember one thing, never put your hand into an engine compartment like this whilst the engine's running. Having completed the job, I remind you of the main safety feature, and that is do not ever put your hand into the engine compartment whilst the engine is running, because it bloody well hurts. And next, the brakes. To do the brakes, we need to take the wheel off, and what I'll do first of all is just straighten it up so that I can get to it easier. Do that by turning the steering wheel. Having straightened the wheel, we need to remove the hubcap and undo the nuts that are behind it to take the wheel off. I'll just do that now. Doesn't mean it'll be easy, but with patience and a little bit of work, as you can see, it is awkward. It eventually comes off. And here are the 4 nuts that keep the wheel on. We loosen them off a little bit. Sometimes you need to just use your foot to help push the span around. That was an easy one. There is always one that's awkward. So I just get the trolley jack, find a suitable place to jack up underneath and lift the car up in the air so I can take the wheel off. A heavy duty trolley jack is the best thing you can use in these circumstances. There, we've finished jacking the car up. I'm sorry about the blood on the floor, but that's from my accident earlier on. So I'll just move around now and finish undoing the nuts. There, that's the last one. I'll just take the wheel off. And here is the brakes. Whilst doing the brakes, I noticed I'd got a slight oil leak, so I'm just going to have a look at that now. Excuse me whilst I just get under the car. Remember, I've still got the trolley jack in place. Oh dearie, dearie me. It certainly is a pretty bad state of affairs here. I've got a major oil leak underneath here. I just have to try and see if I can rectify it. Just got to undo a few nuts and bolts. I'm glad that this jack is nice and safe and sturdy. Ah, me nuts! The battery is the final piece we'll look at today. Situated in this car on the left-hand side. It's got acid inside which reacts with plates to create an electrical current. Without this, the car won't work. Every now and then you need to either change the battery, or in this case we can change the battery acid. I've removed some already, and now I'll just take the top off to take the rest out. It's quite difficult to do when you've got a finger missing, but I'll persevere and see how I get on. Yeah. And there's the lid. Well, that's that job finished. I'll just put this cup with the battery acid on the battery so I know it's safe. Mind you, now I fancy a nice cup of tea. And thank you. I'll just put that there for safekeeping. Car maintenance can be easy, but don't try and do things that you don't feel capable of doing. I don't know, I think I just check the brake fluid before I do anything else. This can be a little bit awkward, but easy enough to do. Yes, that's okay, that's fine. It's a little line on the side that tells you how full it should be. And now for that cup of tea. Battery acid!